Big Boy's Neighborhood. Alrighty now, man. This is a sit down that we had to do. This is crazy, man, how Bone Thugs and Harmony was one of my first interviews. Like one of my first interviews when I started radio over 25 years ago. And Bizzy Bone is in the neighborhood today. We still relevant. We still, you know what I'm saying? At the same, I always like E40 told me, he said, man, we're veterans and relevant at the same damn time. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the neighborhood, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I'm glad to be here, big boy. You know,
This is crazy though.
Legendary.
No, man, it's been a long time, and it's good to see what you've evolved into.
Yes, sir.
And the person that you become, you know, with all of what's going on. I remember the last time I seen you, I think it was at the Diddy review, and. Oh yeah, I grabbed you up. I got pictures of it. I grabbed you up, gave you a big old hug. I was worried about you.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the last time I seen you. But things was moving kind of fast that night.
I heard that. How you been though?
Been good. God been good.
Working hard?
Oh yeah, working hard. Love in my life. Bags under my eyes, and just working hard and seeing results.
When you say working hard and seeing results, what has the hard work been on?
Myself.
Yeah.
For one. My YouTube channel, my record, my group, my life story, my kids, my newborn.
Damn. So there's a lot of layers to Bizzy. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot, cause we think that we want to see Bizzy, we want to see Bone Thugs, you know, but there's a lot of life that we don't get a chance to see. You know what I'm saying? And being a part of the business professionally for so many years, and then the years of trying to get the 10,000 hours in and the outliers before we even knew who Bizzy was. Now when we fast forward and we see the Grammys, the accolades, the being a blueprint to a lot of styles, how hard is it to just maintain, not on the celebrity status, but just to maintain sanity, life, day to day?
I gave myself some time to just wig out. You know, like, I was able to kind of see it through by the grace of God. And there was a certain point in my life where I was just able to just wig out, throw everything away. My brother had died, my little play brother, you know, Capital Confucius, rest in heaven. So it was just a time for me to step out and just wig out. And I had that opportunity, and I got it all out my system, all the screaming, all the holler, you know, and all of that. And you know, it made me a better person at the end of the day. You know, it's like grabbing a pillow and screaming in it. You know what I mean?
You need that.
Yeah, good therapy.
Hey, man, when I want to rewind first to Bone. You know what I'm saying? When we first got what was Bone Enterprises and then what turned into Bone Thugs and Harmony, how much did you enjoy the newness of when you first got on?
I mean, well, you know, when we first got on, you know, it was, to be honest with you, it was just about getting drunk and getting high.
Right. Because we was young.
Yeah, it was an endless supply.
Got the key to everything.
Oh, my God. It was great, and Easy was alive. Contrary to popular belief, Easy had money until the day he passed away.
Go ahead now.
Contrary to popular belief. You know, ever since I know him. He always had money.
So being in Cleveland and having a dream, and we had a chance to speak about this years ago as well, man. It's one of my first interviews. When you get on a bus to come and meet Eazy-E, and y'all did knock on a couple other doors, but y'all knew, what was that relationship like? What made y'all say Eazy-E is our guy?
We went out to everybody.
Right.
We put records out to everybody. Before we left Cleveland, there was a guy by the name of Daryl Solomon. I don't even know if he's still alive out there in Cleveland, but he had a videotape of us in front of Crazy Bone's mom's house on 99th in St. Clair. And it said, we going out to L.A. to meet Eazy-E. That's what we finna do, and we gonna bring him back to Cleveland and do a video.
And this is just young dudes with bus fare. Yeah, talking shit.
Yeah, talking shit.
You know what I'm saying? And when you look in the rearview mirror, it's like, oh, it happened.
It happened.
But when you looking through the windshield, people probably was like, all right, man.
You know,
people from East 99, Cleveland, we ain't, you know what I'm saying?
It was even people in our own inner circle
that love
even
you
amongst
probably
ourselves that didn't think it was gonna happen. But by us being so down for each other, the naysayers, when Eazy-E arrived, it was like, pick up everybody that you can. You know what I mean? Even the naysayers, even the ones that laughed at you and so on and so forth, go get them too. And I think that's what make Bone so special, because we don't carry grudges and nothing. Like, we can fight,
right?
And then at the end of the day, we can go have a drink and hug you and love you forever.
Hey man, when we first got our introduction to Bone, right? There was absolutely no one we could compare Bone to. You know what I'm saying? Because now there's a lot of sloppy carbon copies, or there's a lot of different things that you can say, oh, they sound. There was never anyone that we could say, hey man, Bone sound like this. Where did that sound come from? And did you know Bizzy back then that y'all had something extremely special?
I think it really came from all of us and an accumulation, because it's not just set on rapping fast. It's not just set on harmonizing. It's a lot more of us put into our music. It's our voices. It's how we carry ourselves and things of that nature. So I think it, from Crazy's upbringing, to Lazy's upbringing, to Wish's upbringing, to Flesh's upbringing, to my upbringing, and us coming together as one. I think that's where we drew from. And of course, everything else, like Crazy heard Big Daddy Kane in prison. He did a couple of months. Well, not a couple of months, like 8-9 months. He heard one line from Big Daddy Kane. He said, "Oh, this would be great." And my first record was called Bass and Trouble. The bass side, I was rapping. The trouble side, I was all singing slow songs and all of that other stuff to girls that I liked in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So it all came together. It was Lazy's rap that actually got us in the back to even go see Eazy-E.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, we took the one-way bus tickets to Los Angeles, but as it would be, we actually met Eazy in Cleveland.
Yeah, because y'all had to like double back, right? Like, man, wait, he going to Cleveland.
He going to Cleveland. Double back. And, he said, Lay was like, "We Bone Thugs in Harmony. We the ones that called you on the phone." He was like, "Well, say a rap." And then Lazy did his thing.
Did it.
Wow.
And killed it. So Crazy rapped to him first, then I rapped to him, then Lay rapped to him, and then we was on the way back to LA.
Yeah. So solidified. What made y'all trust in Eazy-E, man? And how special is Eazy-E to Bizzy Bone?
Eazy my guy, because he my mentor for one. He's such a major influence on hip hop. And of course the cliche saying of he did something for me that nobody else was willing to do. Give me a future.
Mm-hmm.
And you can look high, you can look low, you can look in your rear view, and when somebody gives you your future, don't matter if they sold drugs in Compton, that's your nigga.
Yeah. How do you not try, but how do you preserve that? Because even on Carbon Monoxide, there's the easy references, you know what I'm saying? And the like almost like a what really happened to Eazy kind of thing that we continue to like, man, what really happened? You know what I'm saying? Like, why did you continue to make sure that Eazy-E is never forgotten?
It's just natural for me.
Mm-hmm.
When I look in retrospect, it's just something natural that happens. Like, you go back on your life, you know what I mean? And you think about the things, and when you count your blessings, when you pray and you thank God for what you've been blessed with, somehow God tells you these are the people I worked through.
And that's one. Definitely. And a very important one.
Definitely.
Man, what was when we get into highs and lows, man, you get on, everybody know Bone Thugs and Harmony. There's a high that's going on, people probably not saying no on all levels, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was the highest moments or high moments when you knew, like, man, like, we Bone?
My highest moment was when Aaliyah came at me, and I knew, okay, a superstar chick is coming at me.
Right.
I think we famous.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And I was so scared.
Right.
I was scared. I just kind of ran away. But it was those kind of things. Being on tour with Mary J. Blige, Drew Hill, way back in the days. Really the very, very first moment that I really knew was when Eazy-E took us out to Arizona. And when he took us out to Arizona, he had like 3 cities on lock. And as soon as we came out, they was like screaming. We wasn't hip to make sure y'all cheer before they come out.
Right.
Give them a big round of applause.
Yeah.
We wasn't used to that. And it was just overwhelming. And from that point on, it was just a ride all the way up until he died.
Do you chase that so-called high? You know what I'm saying? Like those high moments, like, man, like, does that become a gift and a curse?
Nah, I don't really chase it. I think that it's just levels. I think it's just levels to life. And I'm able to stay in my lane. I was you know, I kind of had to advance a little early. You know,
Yeah.
you're 15 years old and you got 2 kids already. You know, and you out there working and hustling at 15 years old, passing out flyers for the local record producer in town. And, you know, you have to grow up a little earlier. You know, you making $15 a day. You got $45. Now you got to buy Pampers, Similac formula, and, you know, hopefully squeeze you out a pack of $1 cigarettes and the 40. That was me at 15, you know, so I just had to grow up early. So I was able to revert back into my childhood a little bit when we got a little time. After I raised my kids, I was able to do a little fun thing. So it's just in levels. God doesn't allow me to skip any happiness in my life.
Do you feel like with everything that's Bone Thugs and Harmony, do you feel like some people now, they tend to forget, or do you feel like there's not as much respect that should be there that's earned?
I feel like it's two worlds. It's social media world, and it's the world without social media.
What part of the world are you, or do you have to divvy between both because you have to?
I mean, the majority of Bone's world, Bone Thugs and Harmony,
Gotcha.
is loyalists, is who brings in those quarterly checks, and all over the world. It's worldwide stuff, Africa, everywhere. So that's Bone. But the new trending thing, you know, I guess it's kind of Bone because I pulled the musket out, or what's going on with the Migos, or what's going on TMZ with us at any particular time, or, you know, what we done said on Facebook or Breakfast Club, whatever, you know what I mean? But I just think it's two worlds when it comes to Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's the social media world and who's active in that world, and then it's just we're on the road for 200 days out of the year. So there isn't a time where we don't touch the people.
Right.
And my guys gather people at the shows. Like when Lazy walks out, it's 34 people with him. When Crazy walks out, it's 20 people with him. When Flesh walks out, he got 17 people with him. When Wish walks out, he got 97 people with him. So they're bringing everything with them. They are touching the people on all generations and all levels, and they kick it with them all night long. So they love Bone Thugs and Harmony.
With that love of Bone Thugs and Harmony, and when we fast forward to when you brought up Migos, you know what I'm saying? I had Migos in the neighborhood, and they said that they were paraphrasing the greatest. Well, they said something about the greatest hip hop group, and I don't know if they said of all time or now or whatever. And you took strong offense to that, and rightfully so. And I know that you also had a problem with my being in the interview. I don't know if it was asking a question or the answer, or you felt like y'all legacy wasn't protected by me. Where did that come from? And let's have that conversation.
I think it came from a real place, Big Boy. I think it was something that was in the air that normally I take pieces from, and I say, okay, this is stupid. Okay, I'm right here. And I architect it. It was normal. But with this new day and age, I got caught in the moment. Right. I got caught in the architecture part. I got caught in the blueprint, in the ground, in the ground floor. And when I ended it with such a smile. But nobody wants that ending. Nobody wanted to talk about the ending of the Facebook where it was, oh, he said it's all good. He got it out of his system. He's good. Nobody wanted that finalization. They wanted smoke. And since it sells, or since that's what's in, you know, Howard Cosell, what have you, that's what people picked up on.
Right.
You know, so.
Because I'm going to tell you straight up, like, I heard a lot of the shit. I didn't watch it because I said, man, I'll see Bizzy one day and we'll be able to have that dialogue. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my thing was when Migos were in the neighborhood, they never said Bone. So that's why I didn't think like, man, because I could have named all kind of groups. I'm the first record of hip hop when hip I was born on earth before hip hop really got into people's households. So I'm on the front line. So I could have gave 1,000,001 groups like that. I could have said, man, well, Bone, you talking about Bone? You talking about Tribe? You talking about Farside? You talking about
right.
You know what I'm saying? Public Enemy. So I let them have that braggadocious moment.
Of course.
It wasn't disrespect towards Bone Thugs and Harmony. You know what I'm saying? And so when I saw like, man, yeah, Bizzy got a problem with it, I was like, and it was something that was going on in LA, and I know y'all were going to be there. So I was like, you know what, let me just roll up there. And I don't know funk shit, but let me just roll up here and see what's going down so I could at least see Bizzy. And that particular night you didn't come. When I saw the fellas, you know, it's always love and affection.
Right.
And I knew that we were going to get past it. We just had dialogue. The fucking system was talking for us.
Right.
And I've never been on Facebook in my life. I'm on Instagram by force. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to.
That's right.
So this is the way I like to communicate. I still like Bone, bro, like y'all always been more than a lot of other motherfuckers to me. You know what I'm saying? And solidified through me, you know, the shows, everything, man. So when I saw that, I was like, man, I can't even entertain it because I gotta look at Bizzy through.
Yeah, you should have. You should have watched it.
No, but you know what? I even had people that
out.
was like, man, you need to get on. I'm like, man, I'm not getting on no fucking device.
You would have found out. You'd have found out exactly what I said, and you would have seen that it was in good humor, and it was in.
And I did see a piece of it. I saw a piece.
Yeah, it was in a state of, I hear what everybody is saying to me, and I'm allowed to say exactly what I want. You know what I mean? And if you find some sort of offense in it, then it's something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, I'm that thinker. And if it takes for you to get into me to understand that, then go ahead and be pissed off. Mm-hmm. But you will see at the end, because it's always that way for me.
What now with Migos, did you felt y'all felt disrespected?
Let me be honest. Only way I felt disrespected is when they really went at Lazy real hard. But Lazy went real hard too.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
that's when you come
that's
out.
I said, oh, no,
you
I'm
come
about to
off
say
the
something.
bench, right? Like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, because we do have a core fan base, and it's like, B, fuck that.
Get him.
Okay, we love what Lazy did. B, get him.
Hey man, that takes me to Carbon Monoxide.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ.
Hello.
You got an album, bro. And I'm not saying you got an album because you sitting here. You got an album. And it's not, I don't want people to think that Carbon Monoxide is the Migos diss or the Lil Uzi Vert diss. I mean, there's something on there about relationships, babies, mamas, family, God. You know what I'm saying? There's times when you slowing it down for us where we like, oh, I hear what he's saying here. And then there's other times it's busy in the pocket. Like you put together, it's not an album of I'm coming out and I'm going after people. You put out a body of music. How important was it for you to do Carbon Monoxide?
And it was very important.
Yeah.
And
you did it right though too, Bizzy.
Yeah, man. I gotta really thank my team, and I gotta thank the Migos. Cause I felt like, they sparked something in me. And that's a good thing. That's really, really a good thing. But apathy, of course. But yeah, I mean, when we were putting it together, it came together with a lot of we've got a new sound in mind. And it just started coming together organically. And I called my guy Blaze over there. And I said,
B-L-A-I-S-E.
B-L-A-I-S.
No E?
No E.
There
like
it is.
The God of Fire.
Blaze.
Yes, sir.
He did that.
Oh, my God.
Hey, man, let me tell you, listening to it sonically, the way it's produced, and then there's where you're like, man, this is Bizzy Bone. Like, this is Bone. You know how you'll hear some people, like, you'll be like, man, what is he doing?
Yeah, it's different.
Like, yeah, what is he doing?
Don't
Like, this
recognize it.
right here, bro, this is Bone. This is BB. Like, this is Bizzy. Like, y'all caught not a sound where it's like, oh, that's like the old stuff, but it's your lane. It's what I want to hear you on.
Yes, sir.
It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not lazy with your pen. I don't know if you still write with a pen or if you type it in, but for reference, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like, and it wasn't like, man, what is he doing? Did you know going in, like there was never no fall off. There was never no get away from it. So you knew going into Carbon Monoxide, you knew once everything came together, you was going to have a tight project.
Yeah, I definitely, when you put together as many records as I put together, Big Boy, you have no choice but to learn from it, because I think in every artist, they want to put together the perfect record. They just want the perfect record, not the perfect single, not the perfect record. To me, that's where I'm from. And that's what I believe that I was able to come up with from beginning all the way until the end. Subject matter always included, like you were saying. So it's a lot of God in there. It's a lot of, we talking about something. You're going to think about it. You know, it's definitely, it's things you can move to.
And it don't sound desperate. It don't sound forced. You know what I'm saying? And it almost felt, why the title Carbon Monoxide?
We want all the smoke. But no, I just felt like when people, like what I was putting out was deadly. Like it was like on some real hip hop lyricist harmony type stuff. You know, I was really in my bag and I'm like, this shit is deadly.
Hey man, when you listen to that, do you surprise yourself?
When I was writing it,
yeah,
I called him my guy Blaze. I said, B, you ain't gonna believe it. He like, what? Tell me. So I told him it. He was like, woo-wee. And I knew, okay, yeah, we got something. And yeah, I knew it. I knew it when I wrote
man,
it.
when you say you told the legends they should kiss your feet, nobody said that, right?
Yeah. Remember, my man said it. I don't remember where he was at. I think it was somewhere in New York. And it was like right after Leia said something. And he was like, yeah, really, they need to be kissing our feet. I'm like, okay, you talking about Bone, because the only beef going on is you and Lele, like big.
You told the legend they should kiss your feet.
Yeah, that's what
Dog,
he said.
you should miss your teeth.
Oh, diamonds to meat paws.
Yeah, man. Where does not where does the sound come from? Because we know that it's yours. But who did you get with to make sure that you had a sound that didn't make you sound goofy, where we'll say, man, what the hell is Bizzy Bone doing here?
I can't tell you enough. My team and my main guy, Blaze. You know, you meet certain people in your life and you search. You have record companies, you have homies, you have best friends. And sometimes you never quite meet the one that best suits where you're at. He knew everything that I didn't know.
Blaze, jump in.
Come on over here, Blaze. Come on over here. He knew everything that I didn't know. And he understood Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah.
And he came in
because Blaze,
pure.
To have this sound, you got to be a fan first.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when I heard this, I'm still hearing like unique. You know what I'm saying? Like you, and not that it's a sloppy carbon copy, but there's a formula to this. How did you get involved with Bizzy?
Man, well, let me say first, I was a huge fan.
Yeah, get a little closer to that mic.
I was a huge fan from a teen. You know, I was the one in front of the stores waiting for the albums to come out. I was the one grabbing other people's albums because they look like Bone.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So I remembered the things that pulled on my heartstrings. You know what I'm saying? The elements that kind of tapped in to the emotional part of the music.
Were you buying Bone records before you got into production?
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
huh?
Yeah, definitely. I was 14, 15, you know, and yeah, back when tapes were around. So I had all the tapes. And then, you know, later on, I got my stuff together, you know, started building my foundation as an artist. I was like, okay, now I can move kind of how I want to move. You know, I took care of the foundation. I was like, now I can move with my heart in music. And what I want to do is work with the people that inspired me. The first person that came to mind was Bizzy.
Yeah, but we think like, man, I would love to work with Bizzy, or I love to work with someone. Yeah. But those things usually don't happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of people I wish, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't happen. How did that happen? And we can put it under the God's plan, and it was written. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when it's all said and done, that's what it's about.
But how did it happen?
Right.
You know, like so, move around.
You know, I'm the type, I believe in coming to the table with something. I'm not coming with my hands out.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me do a business move first. I wanted to book him for a show, and I was like, I know.
You're like, he gonna show up. You're like, I got
Well, no, at this time,
I gotta get him on the plane.
Bizzy, because I had been following him, you know, and as a fan, I've been so proud of where he's came from, you know, and I knew business was gonna be right. But I was like, I want to do that, and we did it. It was a success. We ended up doing a song together for one of my songs. That was a success. And then after that, we're in the car coming from the video, and he's like, Blaze, we should do some more music. And I'm talking about, imagine how I felt as a fan. I'm like, what?
Gotta keep it cool in the car. Like, maybe we should. Yeah.
As soon as he left, right? As soon as he left, I ran in my house, and I started working. Sent him like 2 or 3 demos that night.
How long ago was this?
Almost 2 years ago. Now,
When we fast forward and we look at how In the Pocket carbon monoxide is. And I'm talking about in the pocket sonically, but I'm talking about timing too.
Right.
I'm talking about timing. I'm talking about where it landed on iTunes. I'm talking about being ready. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 years ago, the world moved a lot of different directions in 2 years. So 2 years ago, it's a great plan. But now when you see what it's come to with timing and everything,
Yeah.
the perfect time for that release.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And especially when all eyes and ears are pointed and it's the right project.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
there's been projects, and you got to think, man, we in this cancel culture shit. You know what I'm saying? Where we the only genre that don't celebrate being around and blowing out these
Right.
candles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because rock musicians, man, they embrace. You know what I'm saying? They want to learn from. Our artists now, they like, man, get that shit out of here. You know, or they don't like. I trip off of how some of the people that we consider untouched, some of these little knuckleheads thinking they can even touch those people.
Right,
As
right.
far as even something coming out your mouth.
Right.
So I love that. Not only is it perfect timing, I love that y'all came with shit that stands its ground too. You know what I'm saying? Shit that like a full album. And I'm telling you, Bizzy, when I listen to the album, I listen, and you know what's crazy? We were going back and forth, Bizzy, just on like, yeah, what day can you come out with this, that, this, and that? And I remember he hit me and said, yeah, listen to the album. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving around. Then one night he was like, Big, listen to the album. And it almost looked like it just said, Big, listen to the album.
His voice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so immediately, I didn't even tell you that night. Immediately, I cut to my couch and I start listening. And I'm like, oh, hell no. And I'm listening, so I'm about 4 songs in. And then with the grace of the internet now, because we used to have to go back and try to dissect Bone lyrics and we had everything wrong. You know what I'm saying? Now with the internet, I get an idea. I don't know if they're really catching you, but I get an idea of what's going on. So now, not only am I listening for the first time, I can get married even faster to it because I got the lyrics now. And I remember I was going to hit you that night, but I didn't know where in the world you were, just to tell you like, man, I'm on it. I listened to the album twice that night. And then I rode, but I've been listening. I listen because I don't listen to a lot of music for interviews. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't really talk about albums. I just talk about life. But that one I've been listening to, and it's an album. And we don't get albums. We don't get concepts. We don't get shit that make you want to go to the next song. You know what I'm saying? And we don't get things where, like in Bone, everybody got to kind of show up with a verse. You know what I'm saying? This one, you did have a couple features, but by some of the same people. But you had to carry every verse by yourself pretty much on every song. Is that different? Not saying I have my verse and go in and bust one, as opposed to, man, I got a chorus, I got a first verse, chorus, second verse, chorus, maybe a hook, vamp, whatever it may be. Is it different when you write an album by yourself?
Oh yeah, it's real different. You really got to be in tune with everything. You got to use everything you got. You know, you got to use everything you've learned from, from Eazy-E and before Eazy-E and school choir class. Only 4 paces in a beat.
Mm-hmm.
You got to use everything, and yeah, and it just comes together. And I'm fortunate that, man, I really love doing it. It's my getaway. It's my go-to. It's my getaway and my go-to. I live it.
Bizzy, do you think that sometimes we don't realize like how dope you are?
No, because I'm in a group. I'm in a group, so Crazy Dope and Lazy Dope and Wish Dope,
Yeah,
and Flesh Dope, and it's really all for the brand.
But y'all never been me in the place to be rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it'll be a fucking million words in one verse, and I'm like, man, y'all make y'all make it look easy when I know it's easy for y'all, but it's gotta be hard.
You ever skip words when you write lyrics and you rewrite them, or when you
like
rehearse
sometimes
them?
when it come out on track, sometimes what I have either on paper or on the phone, it's a little different because of breathing and wanting it to sound dope.
Yeah.
It's different when you do it live than when you get into the studio. It's like an art form, just like auto-tune may be an art form to find the perfect sound, the perfect pitch or whatnot. So it's like sometimes a syllable don't go in there. Sometimes you can make a run last and the run just don't sound right. You just can't feel it. It's like, okay, you just rapping fast to rap fast.
Right.
And it's not fitting with the, however, whatever lane that I guess the track is in, or the vibe or the feel that you're trying to put forth. So yeah, it's a lot of
Hey
change.
man, can you tell me, Bizzy, what you say after shoot 'em up always.
Hate when I break your off and you're lost and made it look too false and let it be coffins for all of your offspring. Well, let it be coffins for all of your offspring.
Hey man, I had no idea. Yeah. Hey dude, and my team, they know me sometimes just being here and I go, shoot on my always. You know what I'm saying?
So
like
That sounded pretty good. That would have went good on auto-tune.
but that's the one thing, man. What sounds good, like you guys are really saying words.
man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not filler. Like y'all really saying words. I remember, man, my ex, we used to slow the records down to try to catch. You know what I'm saying?
DJ Screw.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much try and just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I love that you guys continue to do so. I do have to ask you, what is Bizzy's relationship with Bone Thugs and Harmony now? Because I see a lot of shows where Bizzy doesn't come out.
Well, I mean, you know, it's been my formula for a long, long time.
To not show up?
To step away.
Oh, okay. I was what the fuck?
Well, I mean, you know what the first thing it was like when we first started out, you know, we really wasn't getting paid for the shows. Like I wanted to get to the bottom of it because I was a daddy already. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't live carefree. I couldn't. So that was like at the beginning. We all passed that. You know, I was bugging with Tamika and we was boxing. I want our masters. Give me our masters. We want our masters. You know, and so on and so forth. I'm always fighting for 100% of the brand because it's like 5 of us and then we got like 35 people a piece that we got to take care of. So if you taking 50 to 75% of everything that we've earned and we're splitting 25%, I was on that a little bit earlier because, you know, I had babies. You know what I'm saying? So it's just,
And doing the work.
yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, of course. It's a lot different when, you know, and plus we made all of it basically when Easy was there. You know, and when he left, I felt like we was free. I'm like, man, we finna sign with somebody big. And, you know, my boys didn't really think that was the right direction for us at the time. And by me being so young and my voice being so high, you know,
You
it's
couldn't
hard
cut
to
through
get
and make a
taken
decision.
serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't got enough bass in your voice. People ain't gonna take you as serious as they would take you naturally and normally, you know, in a different situation. So I found myself kind of out there by myself, you know, a lot. And being called to, you know, you always starting trouble, you know, like, and I just really just was fighting for us. I felt like it was us against the world. I wasn't ready to lean back on our heels and smell the roses yet.
Right.
Save that bitch for later.
Yeah, easy call.
For real.
And so where are you guys at today?
Oh, we good. We good. We're very, very sociable about it. You know, I talk to them. I let them know I'm finna do this record. Y'all get ready. You know, I'm gonna come up off this road. You know what I mean? I'm good. I feel safe. I feel secure. Everything is good. I'm finna get married. I got, you know, shit that I need to do. You know, and they was like, yeah, we're gonna keep pushing the brand. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. It's a revolving door. I'm like, good. And it's good because we ain't got no companies that's trying to put enmity between us.
But you've never
you know?
said like fuck Bone.
No, that's
I don't think so, right?
No,
Yeah.
because it's like we started it out to be a brand that everybody in the world knew, and it grew into something that people love. And to say something like that is to say fuck the people. Is to say fuck the people that grew up with Bone and that love Bone and that believe in Bone. So, you know, any family business or anything or any problems I might have with any of them, I consider that normal.
Right.
I don't consider that a catastrophe.
And they consider it normal too.
I hope so. You know, we at the point right now that everybody's kind of in their jello. You know, everybody's like doing their stuff, going home to their kids, doing they, you know, going back to the shows, going home to their kids. They got their own set of
When was the
friends.
last time you were on stage with Bone? Thugs and Harmony.
Last year, I believe. Yep, last year, right before the musket situation.
Right. And I want to get into that too.
Right before the musket.
Man, so
Winchester.
so with the do you see yourself getting back on stage with Bone near future or
Yeah.
future?
I see something big happening for us. I see the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame coming at us. I see, you know, Live Nation, big stadiums. I see just like big
Do they
shows.
get upset that you don't show up though?
I think they might get upset that people keep asking about me, but that's just me bringing the equity up. You know what I mean? And me being, you know, that feather in the cap. That no matter if we don't put a record out in 20 or 30 years, oh shit, Bizzy back.
Yeah.
All right, hell yeah, that's the reason. So, you know, it's really all about being a good marketer.
It's
being a
crazy
good
on
promoter.
carbon monoxide.
No. We put out a song called Survival. Before my record came out to sort of kind of cover the base and kind of separate the Bone music, the new Bone music from, to, put some stuff into the market and, so that's how we doing it, so. The Bone thing is big. If I got a Bone record on my record, it's like, a shot of steroids,
Yeah. What do you feel about today's hip hop?
I think it's dope. I think that auto-tune sounds so good for them. It's like auto-tune like smoking crack for a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? It untie your shoes for you.
Right.
You ain't got to take your shoes off no more.
Right.
You ain't really got to put in too much work once
It's
you find
automatic.
that
Just
sound.
stand up. It's like, put the outfit on.
Yeah. This auto-tune like crack. And everybody on it.
Are you bitter?
Hell no.
Exactly.
No. I think people are bitter when their paper is messed up or when they don't have health insurance or they can't get a gig and stuff like that. That's all that bitter is. It's just pick your brother up if you can. That's the only reason. A dude that got money in his pocket ain't mad at nobody.
Yeah.
That's why I felt totally and fully comfortable with this addressing the subject because I felt like I was standing up for those that really see. Because the new generation, the only thing with them, they like we finna crush y'all with our wallets. We finna crush y'all with our bling.
Money, yeah.
So hopefully you can't crush Diddy. So that's your homie. That's the big homie. He ain't the OG. He the big homie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He the mogul. You can't crush Jay-Z, so he ain't, yo, what's up, OG? He ain't the OG. So you could tell by they swagger and how they talking what the whole MO is. You know what I mean? It's like, but like I was saying, auto-tune is like crack, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy. You ain't got to say words. You can hum through it. And that's why I think the mumble stuff came up because they just saying chimes. You know what I'm, because that sound good with auto-tune, not saying actual words because it'll go, you know what I'm saying? So it'll do that. But when you mumble it, you can hold a note. So, I study hip hop.
Do you have a problem with being called OG or Unc or because I did see on Carbon Monoxide, you're like, man, I ain't your OG. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that feel like you being categorized?
No, it's just, something that I know others are probably feeling, and I can see it when it's I don't know if condescending is the right word or being sarcastic or over bowing down. It's that stop.
Yeah,
Fucking stop. How do you know? Stop.
Oh!
Yeah, you got a goddamn AP on. You shot. Stop.
Yeah.
I got a goddamn wooden goddamn bracelet on. Stop.
Do you ever feel disrespected by the legacy that you guys have that people don't recognize it or people don't?
Nah, because certain things always seem to happen with Bone Thugs and Harmony. I don't care if it's some TMZ trouble or if it's
Carbon
crazy
Monoxide, the album?
Yeah, crazy getting sick or anything that may get happen. It always something that remind people of us, and it really, really works out, and it gives everybody else enough room, to do everything that they want to do in this industry. And so I never feel disrespected by the people who and the hip hop listener and even the public and even social media because they like, oh my God, this is y'all.
Yeah.
So it's a brand new market. It's it's a beautiful
It's
thing.
crazy just the so-called staying power. And without any names or anything, but do you see anyone today that somebody in this room or in the world would do an interview with 25 years from now?
Today?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. That's a good question.
Yeah.
If I'm a betting man, I'd say no. Because social media now, they chew you up
And spit
and
you
they
out.
spit you right on
Here
out.
today, gone tonight.
Man, you better make a good investment in one of these apps, pimping.
Mm-hmm.
You better get your model on, pimping. You better expand. Because, especially if you gimmicky.
Right.
Auto-tune too?
Yeah.
So easy to find the next one. They just want a pretty face at this point because everybody, if you just get that note, you're in there.
If you could re-release one Bone Thug album to this generation to study on, which one would it be?
Or a song.
Yeah. Like study this.
Eternal. For sure. 'Cause that
Do
was
you
when
still
Easy
listen?
was still alive.
Do you still listen to Bone albums?
It'll be all about the hell bank. Yeah, man, all day, every day. It always, like when I work out in the gym, that's my thing. I find myself listening to Thug World Order. And stuff like that, records that nobody really recognizes, you know, with Bone. Because with Bone, it's Creeping on the Come Up, East 99 Eternal, and then Art of War and everything else.
Art
Right.
of War,
You know,
bro.
Biggie and Pac and Mariah and Phil Collins, and it just became okay after that. But yeah, so definitely,
Man, and when we do speak about legends, you know what I'm saying? And two of our most revered and loved legends, you know, anytime you hear Biggie, you hear Pac. Anytime you hear Pac, you hear Biggie. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who else other than Bone Thugs and Harmony had Biggie and Pac. And I'm not talking about posthumous vocals. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I'm talking about Biggie and Pac. You know, like that is not, oh, that's unbelievable. That's unheard of. But that right there, bro, the most revered people in hip hop y'all had a chance to work with.
Yes, sir.
What was your relationship with Pac like?
Well, I'll be honest with you. My dream came true. I wanted to get high with Pac and get drunk with Pac and do a song with Pac. And it was going to be my solo song. But it did not work out that way. It was too good. It was too good. It was too good. Then he passed away too. We had to make it a Bone thing.
Yeah.
It had to be. That's when, shouts out to Tamika. It was when a lot of people gave her flack, but her little butt tried and succeeded at a lot. She succeeded at a lot. And she's still kicking ass.
Did you know that those moments were special when they were coming together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I knew it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. I knew it was a once in a
Did
lifetime
y'all create
opportunity.
in the same room?
In the same room. Same with Big. The only thing Big, I didn't get to see Big put that rap down.
You know, and see, even with like there is such a Bone sound, right? Biggie was always in his pocket, and it's notorious. This is Biggie. You know what I'm saying? But Biggie said, "Hell no, nah, I'm jumping over to Bone." You know what I'm saying? And I could Biggie all day, but I'm about to go over here and get in a lane for what you guys are known for. Did you feel like that was a compliment to how well you guys get down? Not got down, but get down.
Yeah, I think it was a challenge for him too. I think he really challenged himself. I think deep in his heart he knew, if I do this, it's gonna solidify me. If I can do this. And he did it. Like, and I think that's what he felt. I think that, and I do think that, you know, when he heard what we did, he was like, wait till they hear what I'm finna do.
And they weren't in y'all weren't in the same room when y'all recorded that. He sent y'all the vocals after?
No. We were all in the same room, just like the picture, but we got so
Say
so fucked up. We got so drunk. We got so high.
Like these damn memories.
Like, and so Diddy was like, hey man, is them guys gonna wake up and do their thing? So I woke right up.
I'm ready.
And I got in the studio. I did it in 2 takes. I was ready. I did that verse in 2 takes.
And what was your verse again?
Well, it must be close to the Armageddon. Lord, know that I won't fly by that lesson. Who taught me to pull up my west, and you brought me in on my stress, and then softly get him up off me, because all we wanted was harmony. Been bombing me up out of my ghetto. I won't settle. Get on my level. They can't stop me. Or pop me, nigga. They got me.
Right. You know, I knew the verse. I didn't know word for word. I just wanted to hear you do it. But that right there, man, that's legendary, man.
Yes, sir.
And it's crazy because with the passing of Nipsey Hussle, right? I've always been a give them their roses while they're here. And even more so now, bro. You know what I'm saying? More so now that I gotta continue to give roses while people are still here.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why when I sit and I listen, and you got carbon monoxide, and when I know the history, and when I know sometimes, man, where others are trying to erase our history, and then our genre is trying to erase our history too. You know what I'm saying? And they pissing on our plaques. And so this is the flowers, bro. This is the things that we earn. Give me like, nah, man, give me mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you pretty much said it too. Like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Like, give me, you know what I'm saying? Like, give me mine, but come on.
I just think, Big Boy, even with that, when we finally do get them, it's our job to be very humble and be very cautious, because shitty cuz exists in the business world.
Right.
it exists. It's an energy. It's not so much a person. And, you know, us as people of ethnicity and even, you know, us as one race, human race, you got to know, you know, the energy, like when you get positive energy, it's you gotta go oriental on them. You gotta take your shoes off before you get into the house. And you can walk, you can tread soft, be a ninja, but tread softly. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that I understand and realize once it's listen to me, hear me, hear me, hear me. Once you get there, oh man, you gotta treat it like a newborn baby.
Did you ever feel like you were, even when you say, man, I had to go through things, like you were misunderstood? You know what I'm saying? Because I remember one time, Bizzy, we had caught up, I don't know where we were at, and you was like, yeah, Big, I'm not crazy. And that was the one thing you said, and I was like, why would he say that? You know what I'm saying? But did you feel like that the public was trying to put a label on you for either walking away from this or, you know, from the things we don't understand? Or were there mental health issues there?
No, I believe, you know, later on now I deal with a lot of things like I'm going through counseling stuff before I get married, and I'm starting to pull out things and see things I've never really paid attention to.
Peeling off the layers.
Yeah, because it's just like, you like, okay, that's soft, keep going. You know what I'm saying? Deep in my mind, it's like I got the interior. You know, I was raised by the neighborhood. You know, I was raised by foster homes. I was raised like that. I was raised rough. You know, so that's my interior. You know what I mean? But that part also, when you're young, you know, we was on that end of the world stuff too. You know, like, and, you know, we lived it, we walked it, we didn't just sing about it, it wasn't a gimmick. We thought the world was going to end.
Yeah, I'm going to get all I'm going to have to do
Man,
it all.
we finna go crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to do it all.
Yeah, we going to go crazy. But, you know, that's what we really thought.
And then that damn calendar flip, you're like, hold on, we still here.
Yeah, man, I have generators and everything. I'm like, I don't even need this shit.
Like, man.
My kids like, Daddy, we dead yet?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you always got to be right as dad, like, yeah, we dead. Yeah, we dead.
We in heaven, let's go.
yeah, we did. Man, now, what kind of father is Bizzy Bone?
Well, you know, I've grown to be, as a young father, I wanted to be better than whoever my father was at that time, because I was still in the dark about that. Now, I would consider myself a work in progress.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the female gonna win what the baby need to eat. I'm vegan. I want my child to be vegan.
Right.
You know, the female gonna win what the baby should wear, or stuff and that.
Yeah, we got to choose our battles wisely.
We have to choose our battles wisely. You got to remember,
yeah.
it come from inside this person.
Right.
You feel me? We didn't play too much of a part. We were shaped and molded.
Yeah.
You know.
And Bizzy, how many kids do you have?
Well, biological, I have 10, and non-biological altogether, I got about 16. I got like 4 grandchildren.
And
six
then the
grandchildren.
hangers-ons and the homies and the can I get us, but you have 10 kids.
Yeah, straight up and down.
Whoa.
5 boys, 5 girls.
Oh, man, yeah, you gotta stay. Man, how did you not lose your mind off of that?
They're my little superstars.
I hear you, man. And when you say they were my little superstars, I'm listening to Carbon Monoxide.
Yes, sir.
Who on this bloodline? Who bloodline?
YBL Sinatra. That's my son, Bone Bone.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
let me tell you, bro, when I would hear features, I was like, man, this is, for one, it just sounded like Bone. And then it was like, this dude is in the pocket. And I was like, man, he must have really studied Bone. He must have really studied Bone. You know what I'm saying? Because at one point, everybody wanted to be Bone. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, I'm like, he got to be younger. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing that this was your son.
Yeah, definitely. He was raised that way. Him and his older brother, Little Bizzy, who's out there doing his thing, who's got a hot one out as well.
That's a hard name to carry.
Yeah,
That's like naming your son LeBron.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like,
Hey, that's how their mama raised them. You're gonna be up there with your dad. You're gonna watch your dad's back. You know, and that's how their mom raised them. So that's all they knew. My son, they prodigies. Like my son will rock himself to sleep listening to music. Like, so they, you know, yeah, my babies have grown to be.
Is it crazy to see your son put on headphones and go in the booth?
yeah, because I still gotta maintain being dad. You
Right.
ain't smoking nothing with me.
Yeah.
Don't pass me
Wow.
nothing. Don't pass me nothing but a check.
Yeah.
And we ain't drinking nothing.
How
either.
do you balance being dad? For one that's been in the studio and maybe that was the way you created, smoked, drank. You couldn't hear the Biggie verse because y'all was all fucked up. How do you balance dad and collaborator?
Well, just balance. Like, it's just as long as I have some sort of a rule for myself. It ain't even a rule for my son.
Right.
They don't know now because they about to watch this, but it's a rule for me. So it's keeping rules within myself of, what is my balance in any situation. You know what I mean? I guess, and I think that everyone. Thank you so much. I believe that everyone has that within themselves. How do you compromise enough to be able to make something work? So that's how I check myself basically.
Do you have a biggest life moment, musically and life? Just
my biggest life moment musically is when
Well, let me get musically first.
Okay.
Do you have a biggest musically moment?
Yeah, definitely. It was like when we first started, and I've always had slight stage fright, and it just started leaving me. And that's why I wound up closing my eyes on stage. I was feeling the music, but I also had a lot of stage fright being around a lot of people like that. Because it was too many. Like, that was just like, when you're around 30, 40,000 people, like, what is this?
So we thinking you just vibing, and you like, man, I'm not opening my eyes. Yeah,
It's
okay.
a combo because I do it when I'm in, I go into another world and I go into another zone, but it was definitely body armor, shall we say.
Right.
Normal body armor, but definitely body armor. But it was with Eazy-E, and I was throwing up.
From the fright?
Yeah. He was like, come on, man. You're going to be all right. He's like, somebody get him a drink.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, wow.
I'm good now. I'm good. Frank the Tank is back.
I took a little shot and settled my stomach. He's like, now go up there. And I went up there and we rocked the house, me and my guys. So that was like my favorite memory because I seen his approval. And he was like feeding me, clothing me, gave me a future, and he understood that I had kids at such an early age. You got kids? I'm like, yeah, man. So it was just, that was my musically. Personally,
This is probably gonna be the scary one, cause mine I'd be like, man, when my kids were born, then you gonna be like, when my kids was born, when my kids was born, when my kids was born, when my kids was born,
right.
When my kid was born.
I was waiting for you to stop. I'm like, is he stuttering? No, I'm having babies.
Yeah. Do you have that life moment?
I don't think I really had it yet. I don't think I had that stand on
You
stage.
still writing the book?
Yeah, received that Grammy crown. I want to thank my mom and all. I don't think I've really had that just yet because I just don't think I've had it yet because I've always shared.
Any regrets?
Hell yeah. Oh my God. If I had a time machine, if I had like the sun and the moon and the rotation of the earth and I could flip it.
Yeah. What would you do?
A lot.
Yeah.
Too much to name.
Hey man, this
First
gonna be
of
one
all,
of the
it wouldn't be Google.
Right. Yeah.
It'd be Lugal.
Yeah. Hello.
No, but yeah, it'd be a lot of things I changed just personally in my life that I like, having power over your own stuff and stuff like that, all bull aside. Yeah, man.
How much tuition into the School of Experience does Bizzy pay? Because I know that it was a hell of a, childhood growing up. You know what I'm saying? We all fight demons, some fight more. And there's sometimes where you're like, man, like even to just be sitting here sometimes, does it ever trip you out that you didn't do something crazy when it felt like the world was on your shoulders from all ends with business, personal, kids, provider? Like you got to be everything. You got to be everything enough. And when I say enough, you got to be father enough, homie enough, bone enough, gangster enough, smart enough, light enough, dope enough, a brother enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you deal with all the enoughs?
I think I'm able to put it in check because I had a couple of anxiety attacks. I say when anxiety attacks first started becoming like a thing.
Right.
This is what's happening to you. Sometimes people would think they would smoke too much herb or whatever it may be. So when I started having a couple of anxiety attacks and then they prescribed me medicine, that's when I started putting everything into perspective and checking everything at the door. Like, okay, this is getting overwhelming. Put it down, go to the bar, have a couple of glasses of wine, chill. Mm-hmm. It's too much. Chill, dude. Chill. Talk to you, baby. I need to.
Yeah. Let me get away from it.
Yeah, and then not working out it's like it has helped me tremendously. It just going in there and getting in that 2 miles, mile and a half, mile, 3/4 of a mile.
Just getting it done.
Getting it done and sweating and being around other people that's just focused on their body and just focusing, and them endorphins kick into you. So that's like a drug within itself. So all of those things have helped me, and it helps me balance it out. So I add that on because I never want to have another anxiety attack again. You know what I mean? Because it messes your whole hookup up. You know, you start everything just start tripping.
Hey, Bizzy, how old are you? You don't mind my asking?
I'm 43.
43. Did you think that you would make it to 43?
No.
And why? For one, when we're at a certain age, 43 sounds so far away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Yeah, definitely. I felt like I was blessed with so much that the perfect ending would be that. But
Like early.
yeah, that would be the perfect ending.
Did you ever see did you ever see your funeral? You know, there's sometimes, because there's sometimes where I'm like, I'll see, not my funeral, but I'll see like people like, damn, I can see people crying, or I can see this, or I can see that. You know what I'm saying? And it may sound crazy, but you do like damn, you know. And I just blew out 50 candles. You know what I'm saying? And at one point, you know, you don't think, you know, you want to make it. But then you also think like, damn, am I going to make it? You know what I'm saying? And then when you add on with you Bizzy, young, the world on your shoulders, everything there, and whatever you were battling with, drinking, I don't know whatever it was, that's a lot to put in and think that, man, I'm going to make it to my 43rd birthday. So when you say you didn't, I wasn't surprised.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of us that come from the inner city really, really do. Because, you know, rap music has always been based on the have-nots, and everybody that could ever really, really rap never really had anything. You had Fresh Prince. His family didn't grow up the richest either, though. You know what I mean? You had a few people that did come from a good upbringing, but for the most part, it's always been the disenfranchised in the community, the have-nots, the welfare babies, the throwaways, and so on, you know, those kind of different things. So, yeah, I think and it, like I told you about the energy earlier on, just follows us around. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to see my grandbabies.
Yeah,
and
man.
I'm glad to, you know, see my brand new
It's crazy
son.
what the accolades are now. What we used to think like, man, I want this Rolex.
Right.
I want this car. Now you look, you're like, man, I just want my babies.
Yeah,
I just want, you know what I'm saying? And now you say you're about to get married as well.
Oh my gosh.
This
man.
is not your first marriage though,
Well,
right?
it's I mean,
Like-
you know, I ain't trying to shat
Right.
on nobody else,
Yeah.
but this is the for real deal Holyfield. This isn't, like I said, I ain't trying to shat.
Is
on
there anybody out there that's saying, damn, she getting the best him? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I rode with him through all that shit. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. I was on the plane and I was thinking about something that two comedians said. And I was thinking about the situation. I was just saying, save that bitch for later.
Yeah.
That's all I kept thinking of. I chuckled to myself.
So you say you in counseling and everything, man, because it's a different time.
Yeah, well, you know, we getting married in the big church.
I heard that.
You know, we getting put in the books. Like, we're getting put in the books, so years and years and centuries from now will be still written in the books.
I heard that.
You know, like the family of David and Joseph and so on and so forth. So people don't like really remember stuff like that. So I'm a firm believer in tradition. And, you know, I'm with somebody that really, really believes in tradition.
You
that
feel like you
loves
found that partner too, without
Yeah.
shatting on anybody else? You know?
Yeah, you know, maturity. I think I got it for the babies.
Is she the one that came in the room when you pulled out the musket?
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man, for those who haven't seen this, now
Hold on.
for some reason I saw that. You got the musket here now. Hey, man, I love how you rap about the musket in carbon monoxide too,
I
bro.
knew you was gonna say something. I knew you was gonna say something to me. So I brought you.
Wait.
I got you the musket. I got
Let
you.
me-
I got you the musket. In my face. I knew it.
They
Hey,
named the
man,
hell out
Because
of
I
this.
had to give you your roses.
Hey,
You already
please
know.
do, bro.
I had to give
hey,
you your
man,
roses.
now for those who don't know,
Oh, man.
now it's crazy, biz. You know how I say, oh, I didn't see this, I didn't see that. I saw that.
Let me.
Hey, man, I love how you was there and you was like, yeah, you know, and paraphrase, yeah, y'all can get it. Yeah, fuck all y'all. Yeah, you know, what up? Yeah, yeah. And then your queen walk
Let me see
in,
that.
and your queen walk in busy, and you like, hold on. And then you like, and then you see, yeah. And my man was like, man, so were you on your Instagram live?
I was on my Instagram live.
Hey man, you went in with that shirt.
I know, and my crazy father-in-law, he brought me like a whole bunch of guns. He was like, "Here you go, son. I just got you this big Winchester," and he got me all these guns, 357. So it's like the Winchester was like it's very expensive. It's like a $3,000-$4,000 gun. So that big Elmer Fudd rifle, I wanted to like show it off, but I was a little tipsy and feeling myself at the time.
And those are heavy bullets that'll really fucking kill you too.
Ooh,
Don't
Lord.
get it fucked up.
Ooh, Lord.
Yeah.
But I was really feeling myself, and I was just like, afterwards, I'm like, okay, this wasn't rehearsed. You fucked up. You fucked up, baby. You fucked up. They seen you running from the police, baby. Oh my God. I said, throw everything.
Yeah. Hey,
I got throwing shit. I'm like, wait a minute. This shit legal here. What am I
don't
doing?
think that you weren't scared. I think you just unprepared.
I was so unprepared. I was in the middle. I was feeling good. I was talking shit. I had people like, "Oh, Bizzy, don't do it." I had all the power in the world, and here comes, "Don't do it." It's the police. Who's got the guns in the back? I'm like, oh,
so
shit.
did somebody see you think, on your live and called?
I think a lot of people called me on the DM. That's like, "Look, man, you can't be doing that on social media."
Right.
Them boys, they you know. But I think it was probably one of my neighbors, because when I look back at it, I was loud as hell, and I'm busy. I'm in a very calm neighborhood. I'm in a retirement neighborhood.
Yeah.
What the fuck is he doing this time?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You the one that we peep the curtains out at, like, oh my God,
What's he doing down there?
Yeah, so they knock on the door and the queen come and tell you, and then you just see you get out the shot. But my thing for real, Bizzy, was you like, and my man got out the shot. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
they talked to you at the house.
No. I just started ditching the guns.
Start turning lights off.
Yeah, I started ditching all the guns and shit. And then, like, after a while, when I got down the street,
You ran?
I was hiding the pistols.
No.
But
Yeah.
then I realized, I'm like, wait a minute,
You in Texas?
I'm in Texas.
And?
We we can carry guns
Yeah.
in our own goddamn. This my
Yeah.
shit. Wait a minute. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But where I'm from, when the police come,
Yeah, man.
time to
Assholes and
run.
elbows,
You
bro.
know, there used to be a game back in the day. 6'5", 6'5". And
Yeah.
everybody start running, be like, oh man, I ain't come. So it used to be, I'm trained to run.
Hey, man, let me ask you this. And Monica, you could probably help me with this. When you go on your live, right, you can't just shut it off, like delete it? Like, how
No.
did everybody get that?
Because go ahead.
She does. This is social media,
A lot
Monica.
of people screen grab, like screen record the live while it's happening. So as it's happening, they already have it. So even if you instantly remove it, it's already all over the internet because they saved it. Even if you delete it off your own profile, they can repost it on their own.
Damn.
And then plus, I needed to sleep that one off for like 2 days, because I was going in. You know, it was around Christmas time.
Right.
You know, I ain't got money for the presents no more. I'm mad. I'm finna go get me a drink. This bullshit.
Hey, man, this shirt right here sums it all up,
I had
bro.
to.
This is
had to.
beautiful. Are these for sale? Because I'm going to buy these motherfuckers.
Yeah, we definitely want to put them up.
Oh, you don't have them up yet?
No,
oh,
we have
my
them
They
up
going
on
up tonight.
Hey, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me
definitely.
this.
Definitely.
Did you see the first comment?
Hey, man,
That's the best one.
Oh, shit.
I love it, man. I love you too, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, Bizzy Bone in the neighborhood, man. Recently vegan, taking care of yourself,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm loving this, man. Dude, are you feeling good about the product, the tempo of Bizzy right now? Just the body of work?
Yeah, I'm feeling real good. I'm ready to go into the next level of it and really kick it into gear. But I'm feeling real good about it.
How good do you feel about Carbon Monoxide, man, and just having good music?
I'm like, I was just talking to B about it. I said, Formula B, the formula. Because I love the DOC. You know what I mean? When, I love the DOC. I always give him his flowers. I'm chronic from everything. So, yes, I feel really, really good about that and the direction. And I believe that the people are really appreciating it, because we really are taking as much care and effort into the sound of it and how it's the quality and just the whole thing.
Have you
know?
talked to any of the members from Bone since Carbon Monoxide came out?
Yeah, definitely.
Do they ever feel like, man, why you didn't do that with us?
Well, we did the Survival record before we put
Right.
out the record, so that was kind of like, it's like to get Bone.
Like, we're going to do this? Because you know I'm going to do this.
Yeah, it's so valuable to have Bone, the entire group, on a solo record. And we really came together because one of our close personal friends passed away, who was basically the CEO of Harmony House Entertainment, which is Lazy Bone's company. But we loved him. We all loved him. His name was Rob J. And then that's when everybody started talking, damn, what happened? Damn. But everybody's working and doing their respectful thing. So that was really the last time that we have all talked. And I just been on the run, and they've been on the run too, going out there, rocking the houses, doing stadiums. They out there with 50 and Snoop. And you know, that's why I wanted to be able to kind of just step away from the stadiums and step away from the big stuff and really get to the grassroots of the music and really just do what I'm feeling in my heart and go on this run, because I don't want to let it pass me by. And then I'm looking up, and then 7 years later, I'm like, okay, do I really even want to put out a record?
Do
now?
you ever feel selfishly, we want it all? Like, man, no, we want Bone. We want Bone. Like, selfishly, as opposed to letting you, continue to flap your own wings?
I mean, this day and age, I think that, not to be harsh, but money talk and bullshit run a marathon.
Yeah.
When you want Bone at $500K per show.
Yeah.
When you want Bone. When you
Right.
want them. So I don't just let the talk overwhelm the work that has to go behind staying who I am. Staying
Have y'all
in this
done a
business.
Coachella yet?
Oh yeah, me and Craig did Coachella. I think in 2016.
Because I'm talking about like a Bone closeout would be
No.
fucking ridiculous.
No, we did a Rock the Bells with my
Yeah.
homeboy Chang.
Chang
We did that. That
Weisberg,
was as
hello.
close as we could at that time. But no, I don't believe.
Have we seen the best yet?
of the group?
Yeah.
No, I
Right.
think we gonna hit full stride when we get to that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and when finally everybody sits down in 7-8 years and says, about time for that Bone series on Netflix, because you
Right.
know movies will probably be gone by then. So I think that's when that's coming in. I believe that my guys aren't fools, and I believe that they're looking at what assets they actually do have and stretching everything as long as they can in order to get to where they want to go, and personally and as a brand. So the best hasn't come. The best ain't came from me yet, B.
That was my next one.
Yeah.
Outside of Bone, do you have a top 5? Everybody's on this top 50. Do you have a top 5?
I don't like to say it. I think the best thing for me being a group member would be to have my top 5 groups.
I heard that.
You know what I mean? So I would just have to go traditional. But I'm a Motown guy too.
Go ahead now.
I am a Motown guy. I'm a New Edition guy. It's so many. So if I was to put my top 50 together,
Right.
it would be all groups. But let me see, just artists: Rakim,
Yeah.
LL,
Yeah.
mostly East Coast, Dana Dane,
Yes.
DOC,
Yes.
Eazy-E,
Yes.
and NWA basically.
Go ahead now.
Yeah.
Keep it there, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
thank you for coming into
Yeah,
the
man.
neighborhood, bro.
Thank you so very much.
Please.
Before we go, I wanted to get you your record. Do you got that record? Did you bring the personal record?
No, you
Okay,
got
cool,
the gold,
cool.
right?
Yeah, I got the gold. I
Okay.
wanted to get you the gold CD. Listen,
Go ahead now.
they sound better.
Really though?
They're better than streaming. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I wanted to get.
Hey man, so you did hard copy as well?
Oh yeah, www.iambusybone.com. You can get the hard versions. You can download it. Not download. You can stream it and do all of those different things as well. But we wanted to keep it traditional because Blaze and myself, being that he's a master at what he does, he was like, B, the physical copies sound better. He taught me about
I
transferring.
like holding them too, bro.
And not only that, us having the full control, we were able to take advantage of the things that are at our fingertips, like advertising, Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising. And to the youth, I encourage you, because a lot of these kids, what they're looking up online is the negative things. But you have to understand that you can learn anything you want. It's right at your fingertips if you just take advantage. And that's what we did. We went in, we educated ourselves, and we took
Hey,
full
Bizzy,
control of the
is
market.
this y'all label too?
Yes.
Y'all
it's
world, huh?
It's us. It's our world. Like I told him, nobody has the deal that him and I
Did
have.
y'all hit number 3 on iTunes?
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you very
Number
much.
23 on Billboard.
Congratulations, bro.
Yep, gonna keep on rocking, gonna keep on working. I love you very much.
Love you,
know
man.
that.
Busy Bone in the neighborhood, man. Thank you for coming into the neighborhood. Let's go eat some lettuce.
Yes, sir.
Busy Bone in the neighborhood, Big Boy's neighborhood.